Thanks for joining us tonight for News Center Maine at 11. I'm Bailey Cornick, and we have lots to cover tonight, but let's start things off with the first check of your weather with meteorologist Alan Holt. Hey, Alan.
Bailey, a few light sprinkles in southern Maine here tonight, including here at our studio. Some of these also working through down east Maine, and you'll note that on the radar product, it appears as though there's a glitch with all this green showing up inland Maine, and then it goes away on some of the last frames. These were false returns, so places like Augusta, even though the radar was showing rain there, probably not much, if anything at all, in places like Augusta and Bangor, with the algorithm just being incorrect there. So a teachable moment. I think most of the rain is in the Gulf of Maine right now, associated with the passing front. So the rain will be moving away from the state tonight. Tomorrow looks fantastic. Low 50s to the north, mid 50s in the mountains in the morning, mid 60s at the coast, and then it's into the 70s in the afternoon. Few spots may touch 80, but it will be very nice feeling, a sunny delight. The checklist is fully satisfied for tomorrow. Low humidity, comfy temps, mainly sunny, manageable wind. Bailey.
We love it for a Friday.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yes, thank you. We continue to follow that breaking news out of Bristol today. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are leading an investigation after a small plane crashed into the harbor there, injuring one passenger and killing the pilot. Our Chris Costa was there at the scene this afternoon. He shares what we know so far.
The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says this small two-seater plane was coming from the Brunswick Executive Airport, headed for the Knox Airport, but it never made it there. Instead, it caused this damage right outside Fort William Henry near Colonial Pemaquid in Bristol. The working theory is that that plane tried to avoid some electrical lines, touched down, hit this horseshoe box right here, splintering it, and then continued on, skimming the surface of this embankment and went down into the water. Lincoln County Sheriff's deputies say they found that small single-engine plane upside down in the harbor in about 4 feet of water. They say nearby residents and a building crew saw the crash and jumped into the water to help. They say the male pilot was pulled from the plane but died at the scene. They say a second male passenger was able to escape and was transported to Miles Hospital in Damariscotta with non-life-threatening injuries. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office not releasing the identities of the men at this time. The tail number on that plane is registered to a man out of Lee, New Hampshire. It's unclear if he was on board or piloting the plane at the time. Sheriff's deputies believe there was some type of mechanical failure. The aircraft removed from the water by a local marine barge and was moved to a secure location so that the FAA and the NTSB can investigate. When crews on that barge removed the plane from the water, we could see how serious the damage was. Damage to the nose, the cockpit, the wings, and the tail. One wing even fell off as the barge lifted the plane out of the water. Now, those investigators from the FAA and NTSB will have to determine what caused this crash. Was it a mechanical failure? Was there a human error? Was there a medical incident or some combination of the three? They expect those details to come out over the next couple of weeks. In Bristol, I'm Chris Costa, News Center Maine.
The Maine Organic Farmers and Gardeners Association sent emails to its members today warning of a potential surge in immigration and customs enforcement activity over the coming days, with a specific focus on farms in the state. In a follow-up email, MAFCA said that they have, quote, received word about increased presence of new personnel and the usage of drones at the ICE facility in Scarborough. They also clarified that dates of possible enforcement activity or intended targeted sites are not confirmed. News Center Maine reached out to MAFCA for more information and was told to speak with the Maine Immigrants' Rights Coalition. They told us that while they are treating this as a serious rumor, they do not want to cause panic, only urge caution. They emphasize they are not aware of any reason to suspect farms would be specifically targeted. We've also reached out to ICE for more information. We have not yet heard back. The intended target of the ICE traffic stop, in which an agent shot and killed Johann Sebastian Guerrero in early July, was actually his roommate. He was the owner of the car Guerrero was driving. That's according to Congresswoman Shelley Pingree in a hearing on Monday in Biddeford, also saying that Guerrero's roommate was not subject to a final removal order. Pingree said the new information was shocking and in clear contradiction to what ICE and DHS have said about the shooting. We have reached out to Pingree office for more information. We have also reached out to ICE. Vice President J.D. Vance is returning to Maine. Senate Minority Leader Trey Stewart confirmed that to us just a short time ago. The Bangor Daily News reports the vice president is speaking at an event in Brewer on Monday. Vance was in Maine back in May for an event hosted by the Maine GOP. We're learning more about one of the people found dead in Rumford yesterday. As we told you, state police say investigators discovered the bodies of a man and a woman during a welfare check at a Franklin Street home. The woman's employer, ND Paper Mill, has identified her as Yolana Conderts. Leaders at the mill say her impact on those around her will not be forgotten, adding their thoughts are with the family at this time. The man has not yet been identified.